Welcome to Google SketchUp 8. My name is Byron Hughes, and today I'm going to show you some more advanced functions of Google SketchUp. Here I've created a simple box that is 30 foot by 40 foot. You can see that down there in that little length box. And first of all, I'm going to show you how to make walls, because some of you, if you're like me, you like everything to be highly detailed. So I'm going to make my walls about 6 inches thick as a good representation. I guess I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way with the draw tool. So I'm going to go to my draw tool. I'm going to go over 6 inches with little quotation marks. And that happens. You'll notice that it tries to get too excited and it'll fill in walls for you. And see here, the little square indicates that I've already put in that measurement, so it assumes that I'm going to use it again. This assumption is correct, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. I'm going to create those. I'm going to go over here, find my red square. It says 6 inches on edge. I'm going to go over, I'm going to create my walls. I'm going to do that again. And now I have 6 inches thick on the top. So I'm going to delete that. Now it'll appear as just a little lip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my push-pull tool now. I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to pull it down to the bottom. My elevation today is going to be 15 feet. As you may have noticed that it didn't fill in that wall on the other side. That'll be alright because I'll just go in there later and fill that in. So here I'm just using my rectangles tool to fill in some of the walls that got messed up when I was making my walls 6 inches thick. So I'm going to use my push-pull tool all the way around. I'm going to make sure that that's 15 feet on the face. And I'm going to do it to this other side. And then I'm going to go back with my rectangle tool and fill in my rectangles. And it'll fill in everything else for me. Alright, so now I have my walls of my structure. And as I showed you in the previous video, I'm going to go ahead and create a roof for it. So I'm going to use the same measurements. I'm going to go over 2 feet, and I'm going to make my elevation of 1 foot. I'm going to create my triangle, and I'm going to do the same on the other side. Alright, then I'm going to go back, make my parallel to edge lines that come up in purple. And I'm going to erase my excess. Alright, then I'm going to have my gable. Then I'm going to go back to my trusty old push-pull tool and fill in the entire section. And it's not wanting to cooperate, and that's my polygon tool. And I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to again erase my excess. Now, most buildings aren't like this. They have overhang if you're even creating a building. So, real quick, I'm just going to make an overhang of my roof of about 1 foot. Then I'm going to go down the length of my building. Really, I'm going to start over here on the other side and make my overhang again. And there you have some overhang. And I can do the same on the other side. I mentioned in the previous video that you could copy objects, and that is true, you can. And so here in a minute I'm going to show you how to do that. I made my overhang. And now I'm going to show you how to copy this object. What you do is you go to your select tool, and this time you're going to click and drag and create a box that surrounds what you want to select. Once you've done so, go to the Move tool and select a point that you'd like to copy from. If you're using a Mac, you have to press the Option tool, and then from there a little plus sign will appear. And then you simply drag away, and you have an exact copy of what you've made. So there we have it, a nice little copy. And you can do this with any size object. You can just copy it, or anything that you've made. Just copy it and do that. It's a lot easier than trying to make something again. And then also to mass delete, you do the same. You select and then you just hit delete. So now I'm going to go back to my plugins and I'm going to explain those for a minute. If you want to add a location to see what your project would look like in the real world, you can type in a place that you'd like to go, or you could select a region by zooming in. We're going to start around South Warren High School, and again, it's plugged into Google, so it'll know what you mean. So I'm going to type in South Warren High School, and there we have Nashville Road. I'm going to try to scroll out, and there we are, there's South Warren. So I'm going to zoom back in again over here by the soccer field, and I'm going to select a region. I'm actually zooming in, I need to zoom out. And I'm going to hit select a region. Now this shows you a bunch of pins that you can use to manipulate the region that you're going to select. So we're just going to select part of the soccer field here. Then we're going to click on grab. If that's not the region that you want, you can always hit cancel. And there we have what our model would look like to scale of the soccer field. From here, this plugin also comes on, and you can click on it to show what your terrain would be like, and it just shows different elevations that Google Earth has hit on. You can also use Street View if you're using a selection that can be in Street View. But obviously the soccer field is not in Street View, so we cannot use that as a reference. From here, these are just little plugins to help you get in and out of the warehouse quicker. If If you click on Get Models, it'll take you straight to the warehouse. And you can also upload your model if you'd like to the warehouse server. And there we have all the plugins. I hope this has helped, and be on the lookout for more videos.